Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no.
What is up, party people? Welcome to another episode of Hog Rider Radio. I'm your gorgeous host, Dylan Branscombe. We are adjusting volume. I guess I was a little loud.
You're echoing.
Oh, that's not good. But anyways, to my right is the married three-eyed Raven, Braven Arrington. What's up, homie?
Nothing much. Just it's been a crazy last few, 5 days.
Yeah.
Like since Thursday.
Yeah.
So much has happened.
So much has happened.
And
So
I
much.
don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute. To my left, the bearded pog champ, Ethan Justice. How you doing? He's just staring at me. You're gonna go across.
Okay.
To Ethan's left, and like two people down from me, is. I hope that was on the mic.
I hope that was caught up.
Is Special Agent Wick, Chad Leonard.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Yeah, I know it's been a minute.
Even though I missed a lot last week, so
You did miss a lot
Yeah.
last week.
I'm sad.
It was upsetting that you weren't on the review.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I'm sad about it.
Yeah,
But
But it is what it is.
But I
Apparently,
mean-
you're watching it tomorrow. Maybe
things happen, so
Deadpool Wolverine might be in your future.
let's hope.
I hope so too.
Yes.
Uh,
I am excited.
What about to say? Last time we seen Chad on this was I think Final Fantasy like 7 Rebirth.
Mm-mm.
What?
No,
You sure?
No, it hasn't been.
Are we
that
sure?
Last what podcast have we done recently? He was in
We did
X Men
Oh, X-Men. Yeah. Okay.
Game
never mind.
Awards thing.
Game Awards stuff or SGF.
Well, that didn't get posted.
That's true. He's in the live stream though.
Yeah, he was in the live stream.
That's all I can really think about.
Oh yeah. You want drinks?
Oh, word. If y'all want to get up and get a drink during this, that's perfectly okay. We got drinks. So,
Word.
I didn't tell them.
Thanks, Braven.
So yeah, this is Hog Rider Radio, where usually 4 people, sometimes 5 people, get on this table in this basement and talk about nerdy stuff. It's really, really fun. But today, the topic of choice is okay. We told everyone this was going to be GalaxyCon Raleigh 2024. Kind
Yeah.
of focused, because Chad didn't go, but me, Ethan, and Braven went. So I bet you're wondering, like, why would Chad be on this podcast if he didn't go to GalaxyCon? That doesn't make any sense. Well, some crazy stuff happened
Oh.
at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, and we're gonna dive into that. Each announcement has some stuff to talk about. Most importantly, the last announcement has some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through each announcement. Maybe if we have some time, recap some stuff we did for GalaxyCon. But we just realized we had to pivot because this is an insane time for people like us. So yeah. So we're gonna talk about Comic-Con 2024, San Diego, Hall H, Marvel Studios, synonymous with each other.
Your mic's on.
I would love to be in Hall H at some point in my life.
Speak into it, pal.
Yeah, for real. We've been having some training with Ethan.
That's my bad.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Good boy.
So yeah, Hall H, Marvel Studios, synonymous with each other. You know they're gonna bring this stuff when they're in Hall H.
Yeah.
So first announcement we had some more Captain America: Brave New World stuff releasing February 14th, 2025.
Looks good.
Looks pretty good. So yeah, we saw a trailer a couple weeks ago that actually looked better than I thought it was gonna look.
Yep.
So we saw some apparently at Comic-Con. It was not streamed, so we could not see anything. But on Twitter, this is kind of what we were seeing, and there's some leaks and stuff like that.
You should have seen me and Dylan. Like we're like watching is like someone watching Twitter while we're also watching Twitter. It
Yeah.
was
It was crazy. It was a crazy night. So we learned that the Celestial at the end of Eternals is going to pop back up again. That's coming out of the Earth. If y'all watched
Wow.
Eternals,
Actually,
who watched Eternals in here? You remember the Celestial at the end?
Yes.
And we kind of just haven't talked about it since then. We are finally talking about it. This movie.
Oh,
It's
wow.
finally coming up. What, 3 years later?
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be 4
And the-
freaking in.
Oh,
like,
it's 2026. Yeah.
Because it came out during COVID, I think.
It's,
Uh,
yeah, like towards the end of COVID.
yeah, it was 2021. So yeah, towards the end.
But yeah, so that's gonna come back. Is it Tiamat? Is that who it is?
Tiamat.
Tiamat. You know, Tiamut. You can say it however you want. You know.
Tiamat.
So this is how adamantium is going to come into the
Ooh.
MCU.
I find that very interesting that that's how we're doing.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. How are y'all feeling on adamantium being introduced that way?
The only thing I know about adamantium, well, it's not the only thing I know about adamantium, but the one thing, the most important thing, is that Wolverine.
Yep.
Wolverine. That's what I'm excited for.
That could be sick.
I don't care how it gets there. I just want it to be there.
Yeah. What you thinking, Chad?
I would. No, it looks interesting.
Yeah.
But though, like, I would love to see like, and more like into it.
It's that's all we really got. He then says, thanks to the efforts of Captain America, they have discovered a new special resource. Ross introduces the world to adamantium. So I'm guessing it's at some sort of conference.
Mhm.
It's going to be kind of like a vibranium thing, you know, where they learn about vibranium, and it's kind of like a hunt for it at that point, and what that's going to do to the economy, I guess, and world politics in general. That can be interesting to kind of dive into. This is possibly setting up the future of the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. So then we get the scene where Isaiah Bradley takes a shot at President Ross, which is interesting.
And
But you saw that in the trailer.
I know the next saga, and it's called the Mutants
Yeah,
saga.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Which they pivoted from the like multiverse.
Stuff, which I mean,
Wow.
they're still kind of doing that.
No, it they made the right call.
Oh yeah, with Kang and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand him.
So besides
He's out of
that,
it now, so
scene in which Sam Wilson bursts to control him, tells everyone to leave, but the character of Ruth Shirahas stays. Ross tells Sam that she stays, but Sam informs the president that he thinks his inner circle has been compromised. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have a lot. They said they're gonna return to form of Winter Soldier stuff, like political intrigue and maybe some of the
That's-
action and stuff.
That's good.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
If that's true,
Winter Soldier was heat.
yeah,
So.
if
That's
true.
That is one of that's like my top 3 favorite Marvel movies because that's
Understandable.
it's so good.
Understandable. But I mean, if that's what they're doing and they're kind of sticking true to their word, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So, that is also when we cut to they have a podium moment apparently, from what I understood.
Yeah.
Ross is at the podium and turns into Red Hulk at the
Ooh.
president's podium, which on paper, that sounds really cool. I don't know about y'all. but
on paper, that just sounds like what are we doing, and I like it.
apparently, also the VFX actually look pretty good with getting Harrison Ford's face on this kind of creature, and who knows, maybe Harrison Ford did the mocap with some of the things we saw when he walked out on stage. He kind of did like a Hulk out like kind of thing, which was a little strange. He kind of walked out and like hulked out on stage. You remember
Yeah.
seeing the pictures for that? And there's a video of him doing it. And I'll probably put it in there, but like it's just like, man, he actually looks like he's having fun. Because usually with stuff like this, Harrison Ford's like, I don't care. I'm here for the check. Star Wars, he's done. He's like, I hate when people ask me about Star Wars. And the fact that he actually looks like he's kind of having fun with this is promising. And I remember watching the trailer and being like, oh, he actually looks like he's trying. What the? Whoa.
Technology freak out.
Yeah, what the heck was that? Sorry. I don't know what happened there. My website I was on looking at all this stuff just kind of like glitched out. But yeah, so we get the scene of him turning into Red Hulk, which I'm guessing is going to be some big final fight at the White House.
Yeah.
That cool?
Oh yeah.
Do you think that's gonna be the final fight, or do you think it's gonna be like a building
I
up?
don't know because it seems like we're kind of having multiple villains here. We have Red Hulk. We have Giancarlo Esposito as Serpent Society leader. The Sidewinder. There he is. And then we also have the leader in there.
Ooh,
We have Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth
in it.
Rollins is supposed to be in it. He's supposed to be part of Serpent Society,
the
which is
architect.
cool.
Yeah, he's Cobra, and I went when he told me that I went, what?
Serpent Society's winning now. It's
Yeah. So I mean,
Seth Rollins is in it.
with a movie like this, it's changed. They have so many
What?
reshoots, and apparently their budget is like just kind of it's like skyrocketed.
Especially
Um,
after Deadpool and Wolverine, it's gotta be up there.
Yeah, and the reshoots, and they kind of taken a while to do this. They've changed the title some. Like, how are we feeling about this movie?
Because the original title was New World Order.
Yeah,
Which sounds dope.
yeah, and then we have Brave New
Sorry.
World, which sounds okay. You know?
Well, you gotta think about it like what kind of Captain America like we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Because that has like
What?
Oh, it's the fan. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
heard it. I heard it through the mic.
Okay.
But New World Order sound like with what we're doing, it sounds like a little too like on the nose and dark. With Brave New World, like you can take that in double meaning. Like
Yeah, true.
like it can either be a good thing, or it could lead to a bad thing.
Yeah, I can see a villain saying,
Yeah.
a Brave New World," and being like, "Oh, that's terrifying." I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting. What do y'all think?
Honestly, like we've been obviously inundated with a lot of like Hulk, but seeing like a different one,
Mhm.
I'm interested to see where that goes. Because like,
And kind of back to that like form. We've seen Hulk so much recently, but it's been like the Smart Hulk,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been like
I would need a true Hulk out. Like,
Yeah.
No,
and
I
then
agree.
This could lead to like, I hate to say it, I know it was a bad show, but what was it? Agents of Smash.
What?
Did you just say that was a bad show?
What is
Not
that?
a bad show.
What is that?
You've
Oh,
never
that
seen
was?
that?
What was it?
It was a bunch of Hulks that worked together.
Hulk,
Agents of Smash.
yeah, Hulk and the
that
Agents.
sounds awful.
Oh, Hulk and the Agents. Hulk and the Agents. Horrible, literally horrible name. Horrible. Name.
Agents of Smash.
But it had the five Hulks teaming up and like as a team.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Banner Hulk, She Hulk, Red Hulk.
A-bomb.
A-bomb.
My favorite.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite too. And Hulk's son.
Oh, Hulkling.
No.
No,
Scar.
no,
I think it is Scar.
no. He has an actual name. It's not just like
He does have an actual name.
I don't know. Splitting
But-
hairs.
I was gonna say, this could lead to like maybe not. I don't know if I want every iteration of Hulk, but like this could lead to some interesting like Hulk shoot-offs.
Maybe.
I was like,
I'm gonna say a hot take here. I've never really been a big fan of Hulk stuff in general, to be honest.
World War Hulk.
I like that stuff.
yeah, like I was about to say, like it could like lead up to the world war Hulk.
That's true, and I think that stuff is good. But
Logan.
to me, it's just kind of not been that interesting to me. Like even like action scene wise, like I don't know. I'm just kind of like, it's Hulk. Hulk's cool. I like Bruce Banner. Well, I like the Bruce Banner stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's interesting. But when he's Hulk, I'm like, all right, cool.
So now that
Big
we're
dude.
getting mutants and maybe some other Hulks.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe a Wolverine Hulk face off.
Maybe they're definitely gonna build up to that. at some
Oh,
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get that.
I
know we
want
saw
to
that
see
in
that.
Deadpool.
You gotta forget.
I
You forget Chad hasn't seen it.
am so disappointed in you.
It's the one thing, Chad. It's only for a second. I'm sorry. Way to go,
There's
Ethan.
so much bigger things. There's so much bigger
keep
things.
your mouth shut.
All right.
Sorry, I forgot.
Enough talking about Hulk. Enough talking about Hulk.
Wolverine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the Thunderbolts now.
We're gonna move on to the Thunderbolts. So yeah, we're decently excited for Captain America.
Yeah.
I think we've heard some decent things about it. They're building it up. You know, Jesus Christ. After that, we have the Thunderbolts asterisk next to the name, which they still haven't really like talked about.
I think it's I don't know like they said it means something.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Which I don't know what it can mean, but
yeah.
I'm over here.
interested though.
Yeah, I'm
Well, did you
interested.
see the bullets like in the form of an asterisk?
Mm-hmm.
Which looked like the Walmart symbol, but
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, who knows what it can mean? You know, like
No.
it's set to release May 2025. A trailer isn't likely to be released to the general public until the holiday season, more than likely. But they got a trailer there. We also had some funny on-stage moments with David Harbour. Apparently, he came out in the full Red Guardian
I love
outfit,
it. I love
dressed
it.
up in character, and it was like, "Oh, why aren't y'all dressed up? Like, you know, like stuff like that. Like that. We were told to come in character. Like, why aren't y'all in character? Really, really fun.
I love that man.
Yeah, he really has fun with his role, and I'm excited about him being in this.
I'm excited to see U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
Ghost from Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ghost has
Ooh.
a suit change too.
which I hope it's good.
I like her suit name and Wasp.
We
though.
get Sentry.
It's true. Not
That-
Stephen Yeun, like it was
No.
supposed to be.
Wait, it was supposed to be, but
Yeah.
it's now Bob. And
Yeah.
and we get to see my wife Florence Pugh again
That's true.
as
That's true. And my husband Sebastian Stan.
yeah.
Isn't,
Yeah.
that is mine as well.
Isn't Moon Knight also in Thunderbolts?
In the comics, yeah.
Or is that
comics,
in or is that in Midnight Suns?
He is like
He's
in the
in
comics
both.
for sure. Midnight Suns, but
He-
yeah,
he's-
some runs of Thunderbolts season.
Yeah, he's in both
I
actually.
might get
Oh.
to see that possibly.
I would like to see a live action Midnight Suns.
during this trailer, the Pixies
be
"Where's
nice.
My Mind" song played.
Good song.
Good song. So they kind of run down the trailer. I don't really want to get too deep into that. But they did have Julia Louis-Dreyfus was there. She talked about her character some, and she just kind of said the same basic stuff of like, yeah, she's there to
They're
mess
they're-
things up.
I mean, they can't say much to spoil things, and I know that.
Yeah.
But come on, throw us a bone.
But apparently during the trailer, they are in a room that looks similar to Avengers Tower, which would answer the question
Ooh.
from no wait, which
Far.
From Home, or
And-
no
and
Homecoming,
and
Homecoming.
all the way back to Homecoming.
Who bought Avengers Tower? And it may be was it Valentina?
Yeah.
Margot de Fontaine.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe her that bought this tower for the Thunderbolts, which would be really cool.
That
Um,
it'd be cool because that'd be something that's been building for the last 7 years, 8
mhm,
years
mhm.
now.
Yeah, Homecoming's like God,
2016.
2016,
So
2017,
9
yeah.
years.
And
golly.
that's like kind of a cool like split off from like the heroes of heroes
Yeah.
living there, and then now it's like an anti-hero.
The tagline in the trailer is "Be careful who you assemble."
Ooh,
Kinda cool.
I like that.
It's kind of cool.
I like that.
I
I
like
like that. I like it. I
There are
like
good
it.
guys and you're bad guys, but there are worse guys, apparently.
Hmm.
People are saying, "Are she alluding to the
like that.
Sentry or is it to herself?" Like,
I'm
who's
a
she
bad
talking about?
I'm just saying because
doesn't
y'all
mean
know
I'm
y'all know
not-
Sentry's kind of woohoo.
yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see Sentry.
yeah, a final part of the footage featured a comedic Tower Guardian driving everyone in a beat up car, telling them they have the makings of a great team. That would be great on a Wheaties box. Whatever. Apparently, it
wrote
looks
this?
kind of like the trailer gave vibes of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad,
Ooh,
which
That's
that's a good movie. So
that's a great movie. So yeah, I
if
mean,
that's what they're gonna do, then I'm in. I'm not.
is this
particularly
rated R or is it PG-13?
No, it's PG-13 for sure. The next rated R project is Blade.
give us some rated R.
Yeah,
Yay! Give us some rated R movies.
I
But-
don't think every movie Marvel does should be rated R, but I think
No.
some should. Yeah.
I'm not really excited. I'm like entirely excited for this. I've never really been a big Thunderbolts person.
I'm a 50-50 on it. 'cause
Per
I'm with
se.
you. I'm with you.
Whenever I read reading guides on big storylines and stuff, and a Thunderbolts comic comes up, I'm like, I have to read these guys. Like,
Well, the Thunderbolts, because
Watch it.
I hate to be this
I'm,
way.
I'm gonna watch it.
Norman Osborn is the worst person to read in all of comics because he's so boring.
Yeah, it's really weird when you watch the movies growing up as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go read them in the comics, and it's completely different from from him and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. It's so different.
Norman Osborn is one of the most boring people in the comics. I get it, his character's interesting, and we're trying to do something interesting and all this stuff, but especially when he's the Iron Patriot, he's so boring.
Yeah, that whole Thunder is it Dark Rain that he
Dark Reign, Dark Avengers.
Yeah,
It-
I wasn't really a big fan of that.
No,
stuff.
and then they had another person that wasn't Eddie Brock, Flash Thompson, or Peter Parker be Venom and a
Yeah.
Spider-Man. It was weird.
Yeah,
I couldn't stand
weird run. No, I don't want to recommend it. I was just reading it. It was in preparation for some other big event. Maybe it was House of M. Maybe
no.
Ooh.
Civil War.
was
House
it
of
Civil
M.
War?
Uh,
That's
we see
definitely
House
what
of
it
M
was.
on
Yeah.
screen.
And-
If we see House of M on screen,
Oh
I'd be
my
sick.
god.
It's
yeah.
Civil War
Lose
because
it.
Songbird was in Thunderbolts.
It was the build up to the Civil War comic run, which
Yeah.
is also pretty good. Just read that one.
And if we see House of M in the next saga,
Be sick.
oh my god,
Be sick.
that'll
That'd
be
That would be the end game of
and
this.
but they would have to bring back Wanda
I don't
She
think
ain't
she's
dead.
dead.
And,
She
uh,
ain't dead.
and
Just like you said earlier,
and-
nobody stays dead, but
and
Uncle Ben.
and they
Yeah.
did they did announce like as she is dead,
They're gonna do that.
right?
And they gotta-
But-
I fully
Because
don't believe
She
them.
Here's the
literally
thing,
has
we're gonna talk about
multiversal
stuff we
powers. I
believe
don't wanna
later.
hear it.
Oh.
She does.
Um,
So, but I mean, hey,
But so we feeling okay on this one? Excited for it?
I'm excited for it. Let's get to the one that is actually cool.
I gotta give people what they want.
I'm sorry.
I'm going through each one.
I like this one. Next one.
So the next one, Fantastic Four. Not
Ooh.
just the Fantastic Four. Yeah, First Steps. I'm not crazy
Over the
about
name?
the
No.
adding the title.
No, I'm
but I
not
guess they have to
either.
differentiate between like
My
the
my
old ones.
my brother was like, "Ooh,
Maybe first step. I think get rid of the S. First step
maybe
would have been okay,
like."
but I don't really need the title anyway. You know?
I mean, the whole thing with like them going, they could have used the line like one small step or something like
Mhm.
that, because they use that line to go to when they go to space and all that stuff, and like they're like the astronauts that land on the moon, like that, like that's what they're trying to like, I guess, replicate.
Yeah.
And they could have done that, but they didn't. And from what I saw from footage, looks really freaking dope of this show.
Yeah. So
From this movie.
they haven't even. They don't start filming until July 30th, which is tomorrow.
Wow.
But it's supposed to come out next year around this time. It's directed by Max Shackman, who was the showrunner for WandaVision,
Yes.
and especially if they're doing a period piece on this,
Yeah, it looks like older.
yeah, that would be kind of sick. Obviously, the cast: Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Yvonne Moss Bachrach. Sure, I butchered that guy's last name,
Yes, you
but
did.
I love him. I love him in The Bear.
I was just joking. I
So
don't know
good.
if you did.
So good. I was like, do you even know who that is?
Oh no, I know who it is.
He's an
Uh,
Andor.
Yeah, I know.
He's an Andor. That's right. I
And
forgot
I'm
he's an
so
Andor.
glad Joseph Quinn is now in the Marvel universe, like getting his
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Like I've
He's
said,
he's in a lot
He's in,
recently.
he's in A Quiet Place.
He's in
He's
the
in
new
Gla-
Gladiator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Gladiator too. Like
He's getting his little moment, and I like
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, they showed some test footage, even though they haven't really started filming yet. They kind of showed some of the Fantastic Car. They've established that we are not getting an origin story with them. This is kind of after we saw. What's the Foundation? The Foundation, Reed Richards runs.
oh, Future Foundation.
Future Foundation. That there is some Future Foundation stuff in there, which is cool.
Okay.
What?
I'm not the biggest fan of Future Foundation. Comic line.
Well, they're doing it, so
I mean,
you better get on.
I'm not.
Get on the train.
They killed Johnny Storm. That's why I don't like it.
They did. Yeah, so the footage is brought to viewers by the Future Foundation and features Reed Richards teaching what looks like an old school kids science program titled Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic. It's like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
And then it all goes wrong.
Bill.
Read.
Hinting at the film's place in the multiverse. He's talking about parallel dimensions and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. Obviously, this is going to be another universe. They're going to bring him over somehow. I'm not really quite sure.
I'm glad it's gonna eat the universe.
So they showed some banter between Reed and Ben Grimm in their flight suits. They showed their suits some in the trailer, and it looks
I know.
they're so blue, and I love it. The Fantastic Car, like we said earlier, is in the trailer.
They're not embarrassed to be in their super suits.
Yeah, exactly. And just some cool stuff with them. We kind of it's in 4:3 also, which is
Yeah,
kind of cool. 4:3
that's-
aspect ratio, which is kind of dope.
It's
There's
different.
There's no Jessica Alba. I don't want it.
Oh my god,
I'm just kidding.
she wasn't even that good. They
No,
haven't.
she was.
Also, Michael Giacchino is doing the score for Fantastic Four, and give you some context. Michael Giacchino, the Batman,
Ooh.
a lot of Pixar movies like Ratatouille, Inside Out, Up. Dude's got a track record. He is.
He does the Spider-Man. Doesn't
Yeah,
he?
He does the Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man themes.
Yeah, he does Doctor
Yeah.
Strange as well, I believe.
Yep. Well, he did the
Ooh.
first one.
Yeah, the first.
Danny Elfman did the second one. But yeah, then we see at the end we see the trailer. We see not the trailer, the title. After the title, we see Galactus for the first time.
Which he's looking in a window. I was like, isn't he a little small? But I was like,
Okay,
can
so
he
listen.
change size? I don't know.
He can change size.
He can change size.
Okay.
I love the way Galactus looks.
He
I love the comic accurate way it looks.
Yeah.
I
That's the
hate
way to do it.
that like
give him the big
he's a-
goofy
he-
hat, please.
Yeah, exactly. Like the cloud thing, stupid.
It was really dumb.
I hated that in the Rise of Silver Surfer. I want the purple helmet with the handlebars
Yeah,
and everything like
yeah,
that, and
yeah.
like the big giant like orb in the center of his head, and he's got like goggle looking eyes. I love that look.
Because let's face it, as goofy as he looks, he still looks menacing.
Oh
in the
yeah.
comics.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Every time I see Galactus, I'm like, and like when I read a comic book, I'm like, oh god.
You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. So that looks good. I'm excited for that one. What about y'all?
Oh yeah.
Galactus, I've been kind of. I know he's like the big bad. Not the big bad, but he's like
A big bad.
He is a big
very
bad.
big
Yeah.
bad.
Yes, like he's a.
He's
So
in the
I'm-
he's in the top 5.
I am so excited to see what.
I want to see what they do with
they're
him.
gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's not done because it's voiced by Ralph Ineson.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also, can we just talk about how menacing his eyes looked in the?
Yeah.
I was like, they were just like glowing and.
good stuff. Chad, you
Uh,
excited?
Yeah, and I like the in the OG one.
Yeah.
From like 06 or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But yeah,
The
so like I
childhood
hope,
classic right there.
dude,
Yeah.
dude, it was so good.
Yeah.
So like I just hope that it can top it.
It will. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so as well.
Hopefully it's
as
better
long
than-
as it's not the 2015 or
I was gonna say
2014
hopefully
one.
it's not fan.
Yeah,
fan
fan four
four
stick.
stick.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Again. Okay.
I can't with that.
Okay.
Let's talk about the number one villain.
So we'll get to the end, obviously, and we talk about some of the Avengers movies coming out. We talk about Secret Wars, which we already knew.
We already knew that one
We
was
already
going to
knew.
happen in 2027
So-
as it was already platformed, and we're like, okay, cool.
The Kang Dynasty was supposed to be Avengers 5.
Thank God it's not.
Then Jonathan Majors was stupid,
Hate-
and
hate Kang.
was the worst, and axed him, ended his storyline in Loki season 2 pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
And Avengers 5, the title got scrapped, and we're all like, well, what's it gonna be now? Everyone's scrambling, you know. We got Avengers versus X-Men being thrown out. We got Doctor Doom, maybe.
We have World War
Hulk also being thrown
Hulk,
around.
yeah.
That's right. So obviously, Secret Wars is announced, and they have the logo, which looks awesome. Has the
Yes.
same color
Yeah,
palette. of
they
the,
changed
yeah.
the original logo,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is so much better.
same
'cause-
color palette as the comic line
because
and
they were
stuff.
doing like a gray purple
Yeah.
look, and I was like, that looks
the orange.
ugly.
The orange.
Give me that
Woo!
orange
Yeah, the
look,
orange looks
man.
good. So after that, Russos are there.
And
They're-
they're directing both.
They're
of these.
going to direct both
Those
Avengers 5 and
beautiful
6.
brothers.
Yep. Both of them. I don't like their movies besides the MCU stuff, but when they do the MCU, they do it right.
21 Bridges.
What's that?
Chadwick Boseman movie.
But yeah, so they come out. They're like, "Hey, we're doing Secret Wars. We're also doing Avengers 5. We're really excited to be back. Blah blah whatever." We also thought we had to get the biggest villain to be in Avengers 5, and apparently the whole room went green. And we were looking on Twitter, and at first it was like World War Hulk. That's
Yeah.
what we thought was going to
Because
happen.
that was the biggest thing that was what was getting pushed to the front.
yeah,
The biggest thing on Twitter and the last few weeks that
Yeah.
we all thought.
World War Hulk, which I was like, I'm down.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how it lead into Secret Wars, but I'd be down. And then the Doom bots or like Doom Army comes out or whatever.
It's
And
Doombot.
it's like-
you're right. They're
yeah,
supposed to be Doom,
Doom
bots.
bots, but it's like
Sit down.
sit down.
Sit down. You ain't special.
I haven't even gotten to that moment yet.
Sit
So-
down.
The Doom bots come out. We're like, all right, Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
So they reveal the title as Doomsday.
That's
Sick title.
that's a comic run too,
Yeah.
and that comic run is fire.
How are we feeling about the title?
Great.
Great.
I love it.
You said Doomsday, and I immediately thought of like the Superman villain. I'm like, stop. No, that's not it.
Not that
But
one.
yeah.
Not that one.
Not that one. Good villain.
But-
So
Not
then
that
they
one.
say, well, to play the biggest villain, we had to get the biggest actor in the world. And here's the thing. Obviously, in my head, he said biggest actor in the world. Cillian Murphy just won Best Actor at the Oscars. He's been fan casted as Doctor Doom
A lot.
for a while
yeah.
now. And I was like, no way. They got Cillian Murphy back, right? And he walks up and I was like, oh, well, no, that's way too small to be Cillian Murphy. And I'm like, who could it be?
And we
And we're on Twitter, and I'm like, after Doomsday gets dropped, we're like freaking out about that. We're like, oh, Doctor Doom, that's sick. And then Twitter starts lighting up like RDJ. And we're like,
What?
no way. Like, there's no way that happened. And I'm refreshing, and it's got getting reported. I was like, I'm getting chills thinking about it now. Like,
It's so crazy.
That reveal.
Robert Downey Jr. is back as Victor Von Doom, from what they say.
Victor Von Doom.
He's
that
back.
That reveal though too. He just like
Was
Takes off the mask.
insane.
How are we feeling?
All right. So
I'll go through the table
All right. So
because this is kind of a polarizing
it.
choice.
So I've seen multiple videos talk about this. Some people think it's like Marvel hitting the glass in emergency, like let's bring RDJ back, like we're drowning, get him back.
Yeah.
But I mean, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I don't think we're drowning.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the case.
Yeah.
I think there's a way to do this that, like, the Russo brothers see a way. I can, like, if some guy from like Lexington, if I can see the way forward with this, trust me, they see more. They can see more.
Yeah.
I think they know what they're doing, and it's gonna be special moments throughout this thing. Everybody's gonna see the guy that they thought was a hero, Mr. Stark. He died a hero.
Yeah.
All these things. Spider-Man believes like he's died a hero, and we're gonna see probably Victor Von Doom come over to our universe, and destroy that persona, and I'm so
Those-
excited for
Yeah.
it.
Those emotional moments are gonna hit.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they can take this and run with it because Doctor Doom is probably the best and number one villain in Marvel.
He is the big bad. Like I was
Yeah,
saying.
he is
Probably the
the,
most compelling villain they
Yeah.
have. One of.
yeah, one of, and if not the most dangerous, because he is.
That appears untrue.
I want you all to go read if you haven't read it yet. Secret Wars to lead up. If they're gonna continue on this line with Doctor Doom and they're like the main
They're gonna do
villain,
like God Doom and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like,
God
Emperor
Emperor Doom, and it is insane
Yeah.
what they could do with this, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah.
And RDJ doing it, like he's a really good actor, and he puts his soul into it.
yeah.
He puts his soul into it, so I think he can actually do very well with this. But people are just viewing this as Marvel's dead, so they got to bring RDJ back
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I get it. I understand. There's been some bad stuff happen. Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
The Marvels wasn't that great. Golly, Eternals. We're just now getting back to the freaking giant in the freaking
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
And I get it. There are a lot of bad. There was a lot of bad since Endgame. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of bad, but there's been a lot of good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can view this as either a positive way or you can just be a Debbie Downer. That's how I'm viewing this right now.
Yeah.
You can view this in a positive way, or you can be a Debbie Downer and rain on everyone else's parade.
Yeah.
Because this sounds like it could be a fun time.
And they've been like up and down with everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
That they've had out.
Ethan, how do you feel?
I'm seeing a lot of the same stuff y'all have seen about people saying it's lazy and stuff. And to quote this man right here, why are you judging a movie before it comes out?
We are 2 years
For
away.
real, for real. No, that's the biggest truth right
Like-
here.
Why are we still doing this? Just
Wait.
like Russo brothers cook every single. Even their weak Avengers movies are still good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
they never have had like a true like flop.
Yeah.
So I don't see why you're gonna not trust them now.
Like people thought Deadpool and Wolverine be overhyped, and that's cool.
Yeah.
that lived up to the hype,
Yeah.
if not more.
In every
Yeah.
sense of the word. But I kind of like you said, you can view it. You can view it for what it is, like dope and the coolest thing that happened this weekend, probably.
Yeah.
Or you can just kind of be the worst person ever. But I am very excited to see where it goes. Like, because like he said, there's so many different ways you can take it. So many other villains and heroes that could shoot off from it. Like,
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Chad.
And so from what I've seen and from and from what I've read, and is that a way that they can like lead up to it, and is that and is that you know how Reed and Victor were roommates
Yeah.
in like college.
Yeah, they're like best friends.
And but there's a variant of that, kind of where Victor and RDJ were and were roommates.
I've seen that too.
Where Victor and Tony Stark were
Tony
roommates?
Stark roommates.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I've seen that.
and then so it and so it leads up to where Hector like he's still like and goes crazy. But then Hector like and captures Tony, and then he like puts him like in this in this machine, and where like he and where Hector and Tony and switch switch like places
Mm.
and
Switch consciousness.
and yeah, and where like Victor is now Tony, and then Tony like is now Victor. And then so like then like he takes like and Tony's like riches, like his fame, like all that.
Interesting.
And then so like he like and then so like he makes like his own like Iron Man like
Yeah.
suit, and then like he like takes over the world.
They could be doing that.
So
Quick question, because I've seen that same thing.
yes,
Do you think it would be, which I don't really, but do you think it would be in this universe or like them crossing over from another into him, like him switching bodies and then crossing over into this?
that may happen, since it is like the since it is the like since it is the like multiverse, and then where like he drags like everybody that's like in the multiverse like into like one area.
Interesting.
So
Okay.
then
Sorry, just had that question.
that's fine. So
Interesting.
then like I mean like they could do it and that way. But then like Ethan said, like if like I say like
Ethan just had like an epiphany or some sort.
and then but if like Tom Holland like a Spider-Man like goes up against like Doctor Doom,
Sees as Tony.
like and they like and they like go at it,
Pretty good.
and that'll be hard.
Take my money.
That'll be hard to watch.
Or even Rhodey versus Doctor Doom.
Hard to watch like in like a good way.
I had an epiphany while he was talking.
Okay.
What if
What if?
it's still our same Tony?
It's
But-
not. No.
But what if Victor is like dying or something and finds a way to bring him back to life and put his consciousness?
Ooh.
See, that's where we get a little.
It's a little crazy.
But I
Um.
mean,
little
these
crazy.
are just theories.
So I'm gonna.
A game theory.
Oh my God.
But they have like
I love you.
brought
You're
like
forgiven now.
others like as y'all said earlier, like they brought like some others like back like from the dead.
Okay. So can I wrap this in here? I think it is important. What? Oh. I think it is important to wait
Yes.
to see what this is.
It's good to
Yeah,
have theories.
I was gonna say these are just kind of what I thought.
No, like not like theories, but like people like judging like, oh, it's gonna be bad because of this, and like RDJ, why'd he come back? And they ruined this, and they ruined this. Like, I don't. Let's just wait and see what happens from it. I do think there are ways for them to mess this up, and
Oh,
for it,
there are
and
a
for
lot
it,
of ways.
and for it to be bad. I think one of the ways that it could be bad is that idea.
Yeah, I just thought
Where
of that
it, like,
just right now.
They
when I was sitting
resurrect him. Like I think that would just kind of like then what happens to the end game doesn't really matter.
Yep.
there. Yeah, that's like somehow Palpatine survived.
Yeah, like, and people saying like it doesn't matter now that RDJ is back. I'm like, well, that RDJ didn't die. Like, like Tony Stark died. He's not coming back as Tony Stark. He's coming back as someone else.
They
as
thought
far as we know.
thought the actor died.
Yeah,
Tony
I know.
Stark.
This ruins the death in Endgame. I'm like, no, it doesn't. We be able to
It's a different person.
separate. Yeah, be able to
Different
separate the character and the actor. But like, I can just see how this can go bad, and
Yeah.
I love that RDJ's back. It's really fun.
Yes.
I can see how it can go great. I think this is a fake out, to be honest. I think he isn't going to be Doctor Doom for long. I think we're going to get the real Doom at the end of Doomsday.
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
I don't think RDJ is going to be Doctor Doom for long.
If he is, I don't think I'd be upset over it, but
Nope,
I mean,
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't be upset over it, but
Like
like,
to lose him twice.
Who
Yep.
was the guy that played him in the like OG? The
Oh God, I don't
Oh,
remember.
hang on, I'll go find that.
A Fantastic Four.
I have no idea. But
Give me
I
one.
mean, I think if you can still get Cillian Murphy to do it, I'd be down. I also understand like the criticism of like, hey, like this guy's a Romani, like Doctor Doom is of Romani like heritage and stuff like that. Like cast
Kind
someone
of,
of that
yeah.
ethnicity, and try and cast someone for that. And there are plenty of good actors for it.
Yeah.
Julian McMahon. Oh, not a McMahon. I'm just kidding. Not a different kind of a man.
There you
But
go.
I understand that kind of sentiment, and I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm like, RDJ's back. Like, kind of like enjoy the ride. Like, see where this goes. We have no idea what this is gonna be. People are kind of already jumping the ship on like, or jumping the gun on like, they're doing this, and that means it's gonna be bad, and I'm not gonna watch it. And I'm like, well, you're gonna be one of like 5 people on Earth who aren't gonna watch this thing. Like, it's just like
The rest of us will actually-
Congratulations, you're
you're
not-
different.
Yeah, I
Like,
say you're different, and just because you don't buy a ticket does not mean they're not going to make their millions.
and at the same
Thank
time,
you.
like I do want to be realistic, and like understand people's criticisms of this, and like be like, this is a weird move, like for them to be done with RDJ, and for RDJ to be somewhat done with Marvel because of what he did, like 10 years put into it, and then come back. It just kind of screams cha-ching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can see how that's the sentiment we get from it. But at the same time, my film brain is like, oh my God, this could be really bad. This could be a dumpster fire. My comic brain is like, oh my God, RDJ's back. This is great. So like, I'm
this
kinda
could be
split.
fire.
I'm kind of like 75 comic brain, 25 film brain.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
also,
100% comic.
I was gonna
100%
say
comic.
also that we've not heard any like he hasn't redone a contract. It's not like he's kind of like you said.
Yeah, it's
he
not
may
like-
not be.
He may not be in the movie for long either.
We never know what they're gonna do.
It could be a
'Cause
fake
it's-
out.
Because newsflash, it's Marvel.
Yeah.
They're the
Marvel has been
king of
known.
this.
Like, remember when like I can't remember the exact situation, but we didn't know the title for Avengers 4 forever.
Yeah,
They changed it like I
Hey,
feel like a million times.
I'm pulling that up because like they changed it 8 times.
Civil War wasn't Civil War forever.
Infinity. Oh yeah, it was.
Captain America was Serpent Society stuff.
Yeah, it was.
Captain America 3 was Serpent Society stuff.
And
And they changed it to Civil War. Like,
Endgame, like, they changed that name too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
it was Infinity War Part 2.
yeah,
It was. I remember Part 2 it being that. Like yeah, Infinity War Part 2 for the longest time. Avengers Infinity Gauntlet.
yeah.
Like
So like, I just
Avengers United. It was the
Let's say
weirdest thing.
More recently, it's supposed to be Deadpool and Friend,
yeah.
which is stupid. Sorry.
I do want to be like, I am excited. Of course I'm excited. Robert Downey Jr.'s back. Like, I love that guy. But the back of my brain is like, ooh,
It's a dangerous move, but it could pay off.
one of my favorite creators on YouTube and Twitter, Cosmonaut, Marcus, great YouTuber, tweeted out in the midst of all this, like just bashing on Twitter. He was like, my comic brain is telling me this could just be crazy enough to work.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
No,
kind of where
that's-
I'm at
that's-
with like this kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm like this is like completely out of left field.
Yeah.
Like no one expected.
I did
RDJ
not. Well, there were like when I saw a theory about it, I was like, whoa, that'd be wild, but I doubt that's gonna happen.
Well, yeah, like that's something like
That's like-
I mean it's no
that's
offense.
like some fake fan account posting that, trying to say like it's news.
Like this is like it's like the knockoffs of new rock stars.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're like knockoffs of like people trying to copy them or something like that, where they think they have quote unquote leaks and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean no one really saw this coming.
Yeah.
Like in all reality, we all thought it was Murphy. Every
Yeah.
single one of us.
Another one I would like would be Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, who was Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. I think he'd
Really?
I think he'd be really good. But
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I was just gonna kind of.
I didn't think about that.
What y'all? It's like a very high risk, but it could be
high reward.
very high reward.
Very
so we
high
never.
reward.
It's like
Always be trepidatious with this kind of stuff. I've learned to do that with Marvel recently. I mean, even Deadpool and Wolverine, I did. I said on the podcast, like
you said it right before the movie.
I was like, I hope it's not bad. Like in my head, I was like, please don't be bad. And lo and behold, it wasn't. So like, I think you just got to shift your perspective for stuff like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You can't always have that film brain on, I'd turn my film brain on. I'd be annoying. I'd just be like, I don't want to have any fun. I want to go watch
You're not already. I'm just kidding.
for real.
I'm sorry.
But
Dang.
Interesting.
no, it's okay. It's okay. I get it.
Dang, man.
But yeah, like still, like it's just like have fun. I don't want to say have fun because that makes it sound like you're not having fun. Blah, 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 you're boring. But like
Keep an open mind.
yeah, keep it in mind. Like be ready for stuff and like it could be anything. It could be something good. Like I tweeted out, I was like, so what happens if this is good? Are y'all gonna praise it? Because then I'm gonna be like, well, 2 years ago,
Interesting.
2 years ago you were bashing this decision. Now you're all over. Like I want to bring up like Bella Ramsey for The Last of Us. When she got casted for Ellie, people lost their minds.
People are doing the same thing for this season.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh my god, she looks nothing like Ellie. Why did they cast her as Ellie? Blah blah blah, whatever." And then the show comes out,
It's good.
and she's really really good as Ellie. And then everyone's like, "Whoa, Bella Ramsey's so good as Ellie." Blah blah blah, whatever. And I'm like, last year y'all were like just bashing this decision.
Well, welcome to the internet at this point.
it's just
Welcome
I
to
mean,
the film internet.
yeah, for real.
I feel like the Star Wars fans have evolved into everyone now.
Yeah. It's just like I like to keep an open mind and be like, hey, I want to see when it comes out. Like, obviously, it's cool to watch. We haven't even seen a trailer. That's another thing. Maybe criticize it a little more when you see a trailer.
Oh yeah,
We haven't even seen that.
I was about to say
Right.
We've seen nothing.
We just know Russo's are directing, RDJ is back, and then also Alan Silvestri is coming back to do the score for Avengers, both Avengers movies. He did the score for Infinity War and Endgame and the first one. Yeah, he's coming back. Solid. But yeah. So any other thoughts?
You're now finding.
I saw on Twitter the other day.
What?
All right. So any other thoughts on Comic-Con? We're running a little long on this, so
We could do a quick little.
you want to like who you met at GalaxyCon? Who I met at GalaxyCon? We're talking about GalaxyCon Raleigh now.
I met Charlie Cox, who is Daredevil, who will probably appear in both these films, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
If Born Again goes.
What's he gonna do against God Doom? What's he gonna do against God Emperor Doom?
I don't know. They put Black Panther up against him too, and
That's true. Black Panther was like goated though, wasn't he? He didn't have the gauntlet.
yeah, after a while. But I
Mm.
mean, he had after Doom, killed Thanos.
Yeah, that was cool.
But I met Charlie Cox and I met Dante Basco, and I hopefully you see this. I met you in the bathroom, William Zabaka, who is Johnny Lawrence.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I had no clue. I had no clue it was him until after I left. I went, wait a minute.
Huh.
And then
You're the same guy that met Giancarlo Esposito at the last one. That's
oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, you walk
I
right by him.
accidentally meet these people on like complete accident. I just walk by them. I'm like, oh hey.
So, I met John Bernthal.
I also met him. At one.
You had a cool little interaction too.
Mhm.
I can talk about it a little bit.
I cannot believe y'all had this.
So before I went up to meet him, there was this guy that was in front of me, like had just like the most awkward interaction with him. Like, they didn't really talk. He just kind of signed his thing and like took his picture and moved on. I was like, oh no, please. In context, I'll show like what he signed and stuff for me. Like no card from the Bear, like I love you brother, let it rip, or I love you dude, let it rip. From the Bear, if you watch the Bear, you know how much that card means. And as someone who like has went to funerals and then like had to like open a card from like a deceased loved one, like they wrote you in like preparation for this kind of thing.
Mhm.
It is kind of like it's a scene that's always hit hard for me. So I was like, hey, like his character is the one that wrote that. So I was like, I can write this index card, get him to sign it. It'd be sick. And I'm sure he doesn't
Never
sign,
lose that card.
He didn't, oh no, he doesn't sign stuff for the Bear. Like he's there for the Punisher. He's there for Shane from The Walking Dead. Like he doesn't really get to do this kind of stuff. And I walk up to him like, hey John, how are you? And he like, he gives the greeting of like, hey, how are you? And I was like, I love you in the Bear. That's like my favorite role of yours, and that's why I give him the index card. And he did this kind of like this kind of thing. I just did like a prayer motion with my hands. If you're listening on Spotify, and he was like, he's like, this is super sick. And he starts signing it, and then I'm like, oh, like he just got nominated for an Emmy for the Bear season 2, and I was like, oh, congrats on your Emmy nomination, by the way. And he like stops signing the card, and he looks up at me. He goes, I appreciate that, man, and he gives me a fist bump. Like the most, like I've just made his day. Like I guess like no one really like kept up with him like that. So I was like, yeah, like I want to shout him out. He got an Emmy nomination. That's freaking dope.
Yeah, it's
and then like he signs it. I take it. I give him my phone, and we take a selfie. A pretty good selfie. I posted on my Instagram and stuff like that. And people were like, "Oh my god, you met John Bernthal? What the crap?" And then I get my phone back, and he sticks his hand out, and he goes, "Stay cool, Dylan." I was like, yeah, you too. And I shook his hand. I was like, what the heck? So then we go to this Daredevil panel, which was pretty fun. And Braven signed us up for this photo op with Charlie Cox and John Bernthal, which I'll put the photo here.
I want to take this one because
Okay.
it's so because I'm walking in first, right?
Yeah.
I'm walking in first, so I meet both these guys first. Charlie Cox looks at me and my wife Brittany. Goes, Brittany, Braven, good to see y'all.
Super British, nice guy, like you know,
super nice. Gonna steal my wife one day, probably.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's Brittany loves him. But super nice guy. He goes, Brittany, Raven, so good to see y'all again. Hope you're enjoying your con because
Yeah.
he knows it's Brittany's
I heard
first
this
one.
whole thing too while we're walking in. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, like it's Brittany's first one, and then John like shakes my hand, looks behind me, and looks at him dead in the eye, and then looks at Ethan, and he goes, I swear these MFers.
He calls us MFers as we're walking up, and like
walk on by.
yeah, you're good. You're good to walk
Walk
on by if you need to.
You're fine. You're
good,
fine.
You're good. We walk up to him and he's you MFers, and of course I was like, oh my god, because we were talking before in the line. We were like,
It'd be crazy if,
If
like,
you
you're-
remember- I was
if-
like, no,
if
no
they
way.
if they remember us, and
yeah,
I was like very shocked. Charlie Cox like, they don't remember
yeah,
me.
yeah. And then John Berthal called me an MFer, and I was just like, what the heck? And we walk up to him, me and Ethan are on both his sides, and then Charlie Cox got you two because that was the two people we met. So
Yeah.
it just made sense.
It made sense.
And we get beside him, and John looks at us and he goes, "Y'all want to flick off the camera?" I was like,
Yes.
and when John Bernthal tells you to do that, you just kind of have to. So I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And we flicked off the camera with John Bernthal.
both just
And then after the picture, he fist bumped me. He told me to stay cool again. And
And then
I fist bumped Charlie Cox. He's like, "Nice to meet you." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Nice
he
to
shook
meet
my
you."
hand
And then
again,
he
and I was like-
apparently Charlie said like, "Sorry about John."
Yeah, Charlie apologized to me and Brittany about John. Charlie apologized. He said, "I'm so sorry about John."
Dude, like it was such a good
He
experience.
says, "I'm so sorry about him. I can't control him."
yeah, as someone who's like super intimidating, like John Bernthal.
Oh,
like,
Brittany said he's intimidating.
He's
I was
so intimidating. For me to have probably the best celebrity interaction I've had with someone.
it's second. Charlie is my second best.
Like is crazy to me. But yeah, that was my GalaxyCon, which was kind of crazy. But what's up?
I say he's my third because Giancarlo told me to enjoy my fries, and
I love him.
and then because I actually ran into him with my fries and my chicken tenders, and he was like, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I look up and see him, and he goes, he's like, "You're all good, my friend. Enjoy those fries." And I was like,
I love him.
and then
it says your fries and chicken tenders. You have something.
You have something
and then
I want.
and then Nolan North gave me marriage advice.
yeah, oh yeah.
But
Ethan, how was your GalaxyCon?
All right. First things first. I get there and I see something that I pretty much have to have because I am.
did you really bring that? Oh shoot, hang on.
I did.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh gosh, we're gonna run
I-
over more than I thought we would. I didn't bring anything of mine.
Oh, well, I have to get it because I am patriotic and I have to represent the one true heir to the Iron Throne.
Oh wait. Let it get There we go. Oh, let it get. It's in the middle of the pole.
Let it
There it is.
get some wind.
There it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Oh yeah, get some
Get
wind
the
in there.
fan in there. Oh, had to. But
Queen Rhaenyra.
much like Dylan, I met John Bernthal. Love The Walking Dead. Haven't watched The Bear. He's trying to get me to watch
I
it.
watched the bear.
But again, not as cool of an interaction as him, but still very cool interaction.
Yeah.
Next, me and Braven, we go and meet Dante Basco, which one of the nicest people you're ever gonna meet in your life.
Yeah.
Like
For the panel, I could tell that like this dude rocks.
he was so cool,
Yeah.
man. He was just so friendly.
Yeah.
Weird thing happened when I was in line for that. I look up. It is first off, Dante's line was packed because just a great dude. But there happened to be this younger man named Ian Oosley that walked past, and if you're unfamiliar with who that is Sokka from the live action.
He walked us back to us
Avatar.
too when we were waiting for John Bernthal. Yeah.
But
I was just like, why is he doing
I
this?
look up and I go, kind of nod my head because I literally just realized who it is.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was really cool.
And then, like their story,
Yeah.
I got to flip off a camera with John Bernthal.
Yeah.
So it's so great.
I can tell another story because he's upstairs, and my brother went and saw Josh Keaton again.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize he was there until I looked at the catalog. I was like, oh, Josh Keaton's here.
Yeah, Zeb went and saw him again,
Yeah.
getting our DVD signed, and he goes, Zeb.
Oh, sick!
That is
man.
awesome.
So cool.
That's so
And
cool.
he's like, he said you were in the Richmond one, right? And he was like,
That's so cool.
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, he said I want to get this signed for my friend Frank, and
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah.
Celebrities are cool sometimes.
yeah, so like,
Especially the ones we meet, I guess.
yeah, the ones we meet are pretty freaking dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think of like there were any others like. Yeah, Saturday was a blur, man. I'm trying to like there was.
I went to Linda
Did you-
Hamilton's panel by myself. It was pretty
Did you
fun.
mention?
She's
Da-
in Stranger Things 5.
Yeah, she is gonna be Stranger Things.
I just
Crazy.
mentioned it, but did you mention Dante Basco?
Yeah, did you talk about?
Oh,
that,
I didn't-
How
I didn't
your
talk-
interaction was.
So I'm over
I don't
here.
even know this. You didn't even tell me this.
Yeah, so I'm having a claustrophobic moment, and
Oh yeah,
And
he
the
was,
I know what that
he
little like
was-
place was. It
Braven was
looked bad.
tweaking.
I
Man
was literally freaking out. Like
laid,
I
his
was.
laid his head on my shoulder at one point. I was like, Braven, are you good? Like,
No, I'm literally freaking. I get claustrophobic like with crowds.
Yeah.
And like my support is my wife, and my wife was not with me, so I'm over here.
so I was his
tweaking.
wife.
I'm over here tweaking the crap out. Like I'm about to flip, and I'm like, like as soon as I said, as soon as I'm done with Dante Bosco, I'm leaving. Like I'm leaving. Nothing rude to him. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm about to freak.
That was
out.
me after I met John Berthel. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm about to freak out. We are too close to each other right now.
Yeah.
Like, and like, because like, Ethan's practically sitting in my lap, and the other girl is like right, like up next to my shoulder. I'm like, and like, there's someone right behind me, and like someone right in front of me. I'm like,
Kids are in the line. It's just
I'm like, we are freaking out. So I get up there though, and I have my Zuko pop with redirecting lightning and super cool pop, and I go up to him, and he's a really chill and laid back guy because like I started actually having a conversation with him, and because first thing he asked me was like, hey, he's like, hey man, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And I guess you can tell because I was like red in the face, and I'm flipping.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He just starts having a conversation with me just to have a conversation with me. I guess.
Kind of chill you out, probably.
Probably. And I tell him, and I go, and we're having a conversation. I go, and I was like, yeah, my wife's here. It's her first con, but I kind of lost her, and it's like, like my girlfriend basically turned into the moon. And he goes, that's rough, buddy. Which I love. I love that he did that.
Yeah.
And by the way, he said my name was unique. So.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
But we got to take a picture together, and he did the, hey, Zuko here.
Zuko here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
I saw that, and I started to do it in my picture, and he goes, yes.
I love him.
Like he is so like into his character, and I wish I could be like one of those fans that like leave him something, and like because I saw someone leave Charlie Cox something, and I wish I could be one of those fans like that can like make something for one of them, because like they remember that stuff.
Yeah.
And I genuinely like Dante Basco and the Avatar actors, and I was like, a cool thing I could have done was get them to sign my Avatar thing, but I didn't. But Dante Basco is really laid back and really chill, and yeah, so
Cool.
Yeah.
Chad wasn't there, unfortunately.
Sad.
I'm sorry.
he
sorry, brother.
would have got the
gonna-
Keyblade. So
I was
Yeah, you
gonna
would have.
mention off of yours. That's the only thing I disliked about having like that line going straight from that line to being in the presence of like.
A
I
crowd.
mean, one of my favorite characters, voice actors, like
Yeah.
it's like boom, boom. I'm
Yeah.
like, and I don't know what to say, and it's like I was nervous back here. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm line, and then it's like I'm nervous up here. It's like,
cons can be a lot.
but like I said, very nice man.
I think I've nailed how to talk to celebrities. I don't know. I think I got a good thing going.
No, not me. No.
Me and Troy Baker hit it off. Me and John Bernthal had like a kinship for the day. It was weird. I don't know how
jealous
to
of
explain
that,
that
but
feeling. It
that's-
was so crazy.
I think I need to go into it with the mindset like I did with Nolan North. That's why I feel like I did, because I didn't do that at Charlie Cox, because I'm
It's Charlie Cox.
I mean, that's Daredevil.
Yeah.
That is Daredevil.
Yeah.
When am I supposed? He was in No Way Home
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
twice.
Yeah.
He's a really good lawyer. Like,
But yeah. Anything else about GalaxyCon?
oh no.
We're about almost in an hour, so
Yeah.
If you want to see the pictures of all the stuff we got and who
I'm
we
probably
met,
gonna edit it.
but also you can see them on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah,
see-
please follow our Instagram and TikTok.
I'll
That'd be
say-
great.
I'll see the photos of my pops.
But yeah, so this is the end of the podcast for us. Kind of recapping Comic-Con and GalaxyCon a little bit. Upcoming stuff. Kingdom Hearts retrospective is supposed to be soon with this guy hosting. House of the Dragon review, I think, would be sick.
I think we're doing that. Yeah.
Finale is
Next Sunday. No,
oh god. Yep, raise it up.
it'll probably be next Monday to be honest. Something like that.
And
if we
then
can find a good time.
next like Hog Rider gaming stuff we got coming up. We got Black Myth Wukong and
Outlaws.
Are you playing Black Myth Wukong?
Yes.
Chad? So Chad can be on that podcast.
That's going to be a podcast with 5 people because
Yep.
it'll be this 4 and Kanan. So
is James playing it?
we'll have to ask him.
Yeah.
I think he talked about playing.
Oh god.
I know
there's so many.
Outlaws is going to be us 3 and Kanan.
Kanan.
And then I think Matt as well.
Oh, interesting.
Are we doing Elden Ring or no?
We will talk about that.
Maybe Elden Ring. I just finished the DLC.
I just finished the base game, so we'll see how
Chad's
fast
done
I can
with the
get
DLC.
through the
I
DLC.
am nowhere close to finishing
Yeah.
it.
We can do it before I finish the deal.
But yeah, that's all the upcoming stuff. So I guess
You're helping me
yeah, he's on Loretta.
Who?
Loretta, the girl you fight before you get to Ronnie, her tower.
Oh.
Yeah.
Listen, he gave me a weapon, and
I did make him find the Blood Ounce Fang.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
good
I have
weapon.
no upgrades for it yet because I'm
He doesn't have somber smithing stones. Yeah.
so you're,
Noob.
Anyways,
so I will not be a part of the other ring. 'Cause I'm quitting the game now.
anyways, yeah, this is it. Yara heard that podcast stuff coming out with cool stuff in the next few weeks. Follow our socials down in the description below. Like, subscribe, comment if you're on YouTube. Follow, rate us 5 stars. Watch other episodes. We have so many good episodes. We've came up with so many stuff. I feel like over the past couple of weeks, good stuff to watch. But yeah, I love you guys. But you have to say it back. New mask, same task.
You're such a
See you later. Bye bye.